Welcome to Pixie Evil's World. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me today. So, I want to welcome everybody. I know that I just had an update on things going on, and there's a few things I want to talk about. So, as I said in my last episode, I actually started doing the stream coaching classes, and through stream coaching TV. I've met an awesome group of partners for Twitch. They're also partnered with other uh, content platforms. They've been doing this since. Some of these folks have been doing it since Twitch started. They're making really good money. I couldn't ask for better mentors. And there's one for each kind of thing that you need in order to grow and expand your business. And something I really want to talk about is how overwhelmed I am. So when I went into this, I knew that I got to a point where I was kind of stagnant, and I don't mean that like stale, gross, smelly water. It's just I wasn't getting anywhere. Like I wasn't growing any more than what I was. And while I've going through the class, I have seen great improvements in a lot of stuff that I do. I also knew that I still needed help. I've used all the free resources that were available to me through them. And then I was like, I'm going to have to break down and put in this application and get in on these streaming classes because if I don't, I'm not going to get myself to where I need to be. And I want to make it clear as a mom blogger, I fucking kicked ass. I could do some crazy shit. I was bringing in a good amount of money every month. My yearly income was good. It's just that when you go to um, video content creation or audio content creation, it is a whole different ball game. It is completely different than just writing. I'm a really good writer. I have novels published. I ghostwrite for companies on the side. I don't have, and I know some people are like, well, your grammar is atrocious. Do you know what spell check is? I'm just going to say, do you know what spell check is? And sometimes I get in a hurry, and it's different when you're talking and interacting online than it is when you're writing something out. If I'm writing something out, then I'm going to check my grammar, spelling, the whole fucking 9 yards and go all out for it and it not be a problem. And like anybody else, I'm not perfect. And I never claimed to be. And that is the difference between me and a lot of people. So, with that said, writing is something that's always came easy to me. When it came to content creation, that's a whole different story. So, creating video content and audio content is something that is a whole different ball game. It's next level. It's, you know, I've been in entertainment for years and years. So getting on video and being able to do that and like performances and stuff, it doesn't bother me. But creating content that other people enjoy is something different. It isn't the same as putting on a play. It's not the same as getting up in front of a crowd and dancing. It isn't the same as dancing through a parade in the winter dressed as a giant baby doll. It is not the same at fucking all. And since when I had started freaking mom blogging years ago, back in 2008, a lot of fucking things have changed, including the way things work with social media. Plus, there's some platforms that just weren't around then that are now that I need to learn in order to grow my business, which is the biggest reason why I decided I was taking a portion of the money I make every month and putting it towards these classes. I'm going to say these have been an eye-opener. They've been a lifesaver. Within the first week, I saw an increase of from what I was doing. It is a game changer. I will fucking say these folks are fucking amazing. With that also said, I'm extremely overwhelmed and I'm panicky because I'm scared. And when you do new things, you always get fucking scared, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But the one thing that does make me a little different than everybody else is I am not a fucking sheep and I don't fit in a fucking box. So, with that said, here's something I want to address. Why the fuck are you all on fucking Twitter or Twitch fucking concentrating on unfollows? Follows don't even matter unless you're trying to get affiliate. You didn't realize this? Really? You can get follows to the cows come home, but they mean nothing. It's the viewers and the amount of chat that you have going in Twitch that actually matters and gets you moved up to the front. So, the way Twitch's crawler works is either if you have a massive amount of people watching or your chat is super moving, talking, and active. Those two things are the things that get you on the front page. This is why, before I ever got affiliate, my page had been featured on the front page in the tags and categories that I picked. And let me express this. Twitch uses meta tags. Meta tags are their categories. It's the way web pages are filed. It makes like separate categories on their web page. So, depending on what you're streaming, you need to make sure that you've got the appropriate tags marked. Because if you don't, you're not going to pull up in the area that you're looking for. And to make sure that you understand those, you need to go into Twitch's page where it explains each and every fucking tag so that you can properly put the tags to what you're doing on it. Now, with that said, I get so fucking pissed and aggravated when everybody is putting ats and hashtags in their fucking titles with the Twitch. That shit does not work. This is not how it works. It's not going to bring it up. Yes, I understand that a lot of us have a Twitter auto poster that posts when we go live. But guess what? Those hashtags, those ats will not show up in those. That is not how the thing works. The auto poster to your Twitter is not doing that because that's not its job. That's just to let people know, aka your followers on Twitter, that you are streaming. Okay? Stop putting them in. Now, here's another thing. You're like, well, I'm putting this there so they know I'm a part of this support group or that. So stop doing that bullshit. Make you a panel down under your about that has list all your support groups and leave it at that. Nobody gives a shit that you're part of these support groups. Actual people who are watching you and are entertained by your content give no damns. And you're wasting your time. You're causing yourself not to stand out to brands because the whole point of your streaming is to actually make money. And if you're doing nothing but putting hashtags and fucking ats, they'll think you don't understand how your platform works and they're not going to work with you because they're looking for unique titles and interaction. And if you're not doing those and if you're posting the same title every day, it's never going to get anywhere. You're literally wasting your own time and sabotaging yourself. And I know I've said this 1,000 times to an assload of you. But apparently, everybody thinks I'm crazy and I don't know what I'm talking about. But I fucking do. When I was a mom blogger, I literally was a social media manager for major brands that I worked with. You know, Love's Diapers, freaking Johnson & Johnson. I could go on with a huge list of companies that I've actually worked for. So, with that said, when I try to tell you something about how a social media platform works, it is probably best that you listen to me. While over time, the the companies do evolve their platforms in a different manner, and the crawlers do get adjusted in certain ways. But you can simply Google this shit and keep up with it. You can also watch by what things are most popular and pulling up. Common sense things you do as a business owner to make sure that your shit is on top. Now, stop joining these support groups. They are a waste of time. You are giving money to the one big streamer and you're getting nowhere. You cannot survive on support because you cannot live solely on Twitch and make money. It just doesn't work. You do have to reach out and use other platforms, just like I am here, in order to get yourself somewhere. If you continue to just repeat yourself over and over and over, thinking you're going to get a different result, that is madness. It is the pure definition of madness, and I don't understand what is wrong with you, and I'll leave you at that. You're only going to go as far as you allow yourself to go. So if you're continually listening to these half-assed idiots on Twitch that, yeah, they're making money, but they could be making more, and not actual people who've been in the industry for the longest, then there's something wrong. And that was the whole reason why I started going to these freaking streaming classes. Because I knew what I was doing wasn't working, and I needed to find another way around it. Well, my path and my way may be a little different, and everybody's is, because some things will work better for others than others. And that's just how life is, and it depends on your personality, how you work, and how determined you are to get where you're going. Now, set this question in your mind. Am I doing this as a hobby, or am I doing this as full time? If your intention to stream is full time, you are going to be working over 80 hours a week. Because it's your business, you own it, and you're the only boss. Now, if you're making good enough money where you can pay other people to help you, that's wonderful. Fine and dandy. Please do. But most of us don't. And then here's another thing. Stop thinking that you need the best of the best equipment in order to stream and get started. In order to be as good as all these big people. This is absolutely not true. It took me years to get the freaking setup that I have. And I've gone and I've bought a little something every time taxes roll around. And have built on it and then had to add in or replace bits and pieces of things, like this wonderful new mic I found. But I didn't pay hundreds of dollars for it. I just don't understand what the hell some of y'all are doing or thinking. And this whole thing of, well, if they don't follow me, I shouldn't follow them, and I should, because that would be support. No, if you're following somebody, that's not supporting them. You're just helping somebody get to affiliate. And then once after that, followers have no bearing on anything. None. It's actually about the people that are watching and people who are in the chat. And those people may not even follow. They might give you biddies. They may even subscribe, but they're not going to follow. And you need to understand and let go of this fucking retarded ass mind fuck you all have yourselves in. When you start concentrating on negative things like unfollows, you literally are focusing on negative shit. There's nothing positive about what you're doing. I don't care if somebody unfollowed me. Well, I did get a little chuckle. I have one person who apparently every time I stream, when I'm done streaming, they unfollow me. Then when I go live, they follow me, which makes no sense, and it's hilarious. But what I am going to say is this. If you're focusing on stupid shit like follows, you are not thinking. You're not growing. You're being small-minded. When you need to be, you're being a fixed mindset rather than a open mindset. And there's a huge difference between the two. Fixed mindsets totally and only fixate on the now. Not the future, but the now. They're not open to new ideas. They are not open to new things, and they won't grow. Whereas open mindsets actually are open to new ideas. They don't focus on things like unfollows. They just keep doing what they're doing and learn to grow. And that's a big difference. And if you're not willing to do that, then I don't think you got a place on Twitch. And then you need to move yourself past that. Why are you focused? I don't care. I'm not going to go unfollow somebody because they unfollow. Do you know how stupid, petty, and negative that shit is? It's stupid. It's bringing yourself down to this pettiness that's just unnecessary. I don't care. You shouldn't either. Those follows don't make a difference. Just because you follow somebody don't mean you're sitting there watching them. And you need to let go of that. People don't have time to watch all these people that they're following. Okay? And it's fine and it's okay. Let go of it. I go through and I have certain people that I like to watch and certain people I don't. And just because I follow somebody doesn't mean I'm going to be in their stream fucking following them. If you don't make good content, I'm not going to watch you. And it don't matter how many followers you got. I'm not going to fucking watch you. You need to be focusing on your content, not your follows. If you're not improving your content, looking at what your audience wants and adjusting to them, then you're not going to grow and you're never getting anywhere. You're wasting your own time, you're wasting other people's time, and then you're spreading a bunch of negative bullshit around in the fucking platform that just is unnecessary. It just is so stupidly unnecessary. Either people like you or they don't, and you need to let go of it. You're not supposed to be there for everybody. You're supposed to be there just for your audience and your ideal audience. That's who you're making content for, not everybody. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to watch you, and you need to let go of it. It is absolutely ridiculous that you think they will. Just keep that in mind.